media?
I probably use social media probably like 4 hours during the week.
3.5 hours a week cumulatively.
5 to 6.
Probably 2 to 3 hours a week.
Social media isn't a bad thing, but social media also isn't a good thing to have or to be introduced to so early or to be so stuck into. And I feel like it has definitely changed the way we communicate and we connect with each other through these platforms. And it takes away communication, but it also gives communication. Social media is just like, it's such a neutral platform that it's like what you make of it. It should just be a healthy experience of a social you instead of like you literally are addicted to it. And I feel like that's why everybody should take that little break to know the difference between the two and the boundaries. And you just gotta get to know yourself, not social media you. You need to know the real you. I've decided to delete all my social media to see what happens. I don't know what's gonna happen. This is gonna be really hard. It's gone.
To give you some background, in early 2000, this is really when cell phones start to take off. And I remember the first time I saw somebody walking around with a hands-free device, and I literally thought they were a crazy person because I hadn't seen anything like this before. Imagine you have never seen somebody talking to themselves, or when you have seen them talking to themselves, it's because they are literally having a mental crisis at this particular moment. And so I'm walking and I'm on their left and I can't see the earpiece in their right and they're just animated talking and I'm like, oh my God, grab like my belongings and avoid this person. There's a mentally unstable, violent person on campus. And so that's how my initial reaction was. But now we become so used to these devices that it becomes hard to operate without them. So literally just like a cyborg, we aren't human anymore. And I don't mean that in a positive or negative sense, but imagine if you lost your cell phone. You know, what would happen to your world?
Probably lie throughout my day, so I'll probably miss important information throughout the day that I probably need.
I could go without it. I feel like I could, but I'd be like I'd want to go on just to see what other people are doing.
I like to say I can go a little while, but it's probably at most probably like a couple hours.
So you check it frequently throughout the day?
It's just with the smartphone, it's so easy. I just scroll just to like waste time.
Okay, so it's been one whole week without social media and it's been pretty hard. I definitely noticed more that like my friends are on it a lot more and I have nothing to like look on my phone for or like to talk about with them. Like I feel a little bit disconnected. But yeah, it hasn't been that bad so far. I'm getting used to it.
It's almost like jumping into water, and if you don't know how to swim, lacking flotation devices, you will drown. If you don't have a social media account, you will drown in today's communication environment.
It's been 2 weeks since I deleted all my social media and it's been a little bit hard and I feel like I'm very, very disconnected at this point with everyone. Like I don't know what's like up with the outside world, like the funny stuff that everyone's always talking about. Like I have no idea what's going on when they bring that up. I'm always the one not really on my phone when everyone else is, so I always find myself in that awkward situation where I don't know what to do.
A big part of my job is handling the social media accounts for the college. So anytime you see a social account that's branded at Brockport or from the college, that's usually run by me and my interns. And we'll be interacting with folks online all day. We'll be putting together marketing messages to help recruit new students. We'll be handling customer service questions that might come up from different people online. We'll be sharing all the good stuff that's going on here on campus.
Okay, it's been 3 weeks since I deleted my social media and it's been a lot easier now. I've gotten used to it. All the time I used to spend on social media platforms, I've started to be more useful with it. I go to the gym much faster than I would have before. Like, I used to come home and I used to like sit on social media for like a couple minutes, or not a couple minutes, like a lot of minutes, and it used to like prolong me. So now I'm like more into myself, I guess you can say. So it's been pretty much easier now.
There's definitely a big shift that's going on culturally because of social media. I think you're seeing a lot of changes in the way we interact with each other, in the way we talk to each other online and offline, and it's having some positive and some negative effects. On the positive side, you connect with people you never would have connected with before. You can talk to someone halfway around the world and find out what's going on, and you can really understand the struggles of their daily life on a very intimate level.
My biggest role model right now is Gina Rodriguez from Jane the Virgin, and I recently, before I deleted my social media, I had tweeted at her and she favorited it, and I felt like, whoa, like this is the closest encounter I could ever have to her. But it was cool, it made me feel like I'm special.
However, I think social media has also lent an air of invincibility to people that you wouldn't prescribe in any other environment. You know, particularly being the voice behind the social media accounts, I see a lot of things that are directed at the college that people would never say to someone face to face.
One thing people don't realize, even though we say social media is always public, we say it, but we don't always practice it. And so even if I have my Twitter account set to private, so only people who are following me can actually see, or who I let follow me, etc., they can actually see my tweets. At the same time, people who retweet my tweets, then it becomes public. Also, when you set something as private, whether Facebook or any platform, it's only private to the general public. It's not private to the companies that are in partnership with Twitter or Facebook, and so they can access your profiles. And so some of the ways it affects you without you not even realizing it is what type of advertisements you get online, what your search engine results are online. Down the road, there's no reason why, let's say you have your Facebook page as blocked and private, you've forgotten it, you haven't used it for years, and then down the road Facebook can change their privacy policies and your Facebook profile can become public. And so if you run for politics or you're a public intellectual or professional, then some of this might come back and haunt you.
You know, Facebook has 1 billion users right now, and we're always debating at the college, okay, how many people are actually using Facebook on a regular basis? And if they are they hiding from their mom and dad or their grandmother and grandfather who are also on social media and on Facebook now? So there's a lot of that we've got to navigate.
I use Facebook the most. I don't even touch Twitter or Yak or any of the other ones.
Facebook, yeah.
Probably Facebook's the one I look at the most.
Now that I don't have social media, it has its pros and cons. It's week 4 now, and I am very much more into myself. Like, I don't have the choice to pay attention to other people because I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what pictures they're posting, where they are. But like, the focus is more on myself, which I do like. But I feel very like alone now, and I really honestly don't know what's going on in my family's life, in my friends' life. Like, only my close friends, but like outside of that, I'm lost. So yeah. I kind of want my social media back, honestly.
Will we see different trends in the future? Absolutely. You know, anyone who tells you for sure that they know what's going to happen in social media is probably selling you something. There's so much going on and so much change. No one would have envisioned that Snapchat would become the force that it is 3 years ago. But now students of college age are really flocking to that, partially because it is so private. And while I know there are people say, oh, well, things disappear, and they don't actually disappear. But one of the things about Snapchat that's so powerful is you have to be connected to someone there. It's not a broadcast medium in the way that Facebook or Twitter or YouTube or some of these other things can be. So I wonder if we'll see more of that in the future, where the social user will want to have that privacy and know that their networks are closed loops.
There's things we do and then the meaning behind what we do. But now we really live in three worlds. We have our material, our symbolic, and our virtual. And so what I mean by virtual is that's where the internet keeps us bound together.
The want to delete my social media happened over spring break when somebody had told me, like, I don't think that you love yourself the way you should, or I feel like you care too much about what other people think. And it really hit me. It was like, honestly, I feel like that too. I feel like I care too much about what I put out there for other people. Like, I should be happy with myself and not the image that I give to other people of who I am. My own social life has changed, and I honestly wonder how it's gonna be like for me when I am back on actual social media, like how I'm gonna see things differently, how I'm gonna wanna post things differently. And I feel like everyone should do that once in their life. They should disconnect, or they should just unfriend social media, because it frees you from these constraints that social media, the pressure that it has on you. And I feel like going back into social media, I won't have those same constraints that I did before. Like, I'll feel more free and less caring of what everyone thinks, which is what I think the most important thing of social media is, that you want everyone to see what you're doing. You want everyone to care about what you're doing. And yeah.